we're doing a full revision on the meeting we did yesterday and how to set up your profile, how to create your own profile or set up your own profile, any of the two. So this video is just concerning how to create your profile. Okay. So for those of you who will be using a UK or US, but UK most specifically, but those of you who will also be interested in using a US, likewise too, you can still use a profile similar to this. Okay, first of all, your first name, and your first name and your last name. Okay, it is advisable you use your real name. So you can use your real name. If your name is Daniel Aboge, you can use Daniel Aboge. It is advisable you use your real name. Okay, then your postal code. Your postal code right here. Like I said earlier, how you to okay, I'll be showing you guys how to generate your postal code. Okay, very simple. Okay, so if you have to generate your postal code, first thing first, you come over to this place and search for Duka postal code generator. Yeah, you come over to this place and search for Duga postal code generator. That's the first thing you will need to search for. Then come over and click on, then you click on it. This is the website actually. So you click on it. What this platform does, it helps you to generate postal code for those in the UK. That's what it does. It helps you to generate postal code for those of you in the UK. Also come back here and search for, let's say, the country you are connected to. So for your VPN, you might be connected to let's say in UK there are different countries, there are different states in UK or regions in UK. So let's say you are connected to okay, let me think. Cambridge. No, I think okay, Cambridge postal code. Okay, you can see what we are looking for. We are not looking for a postal code. Let's say you're connected to Cambridge in your VPN, or you have a UK proxy that is connected to Cambridge. Okay, so what we are looking for is this CB. So that's what we are looking for. We know that Cambridge postal codes always start with CB. You can see right here, Cambridge postal code starts with CB postal code area. Starts with the CB postal code area. So what we are looking for is actually this CB right here. So since we already know that it starts with a CB, what we have to do is come over here. Go back to our page. Go back to this Doga postal code generator and look for CB. Click on it and look for CB. Now we're looking for CB. Okay, as you can see here, this is CB, and we'll click on it. Then we'll click on create a random postal code. Now as you can see, it has created a postal code for me. Yeah, it has created a postal code for me. But if you do not like it, or if it feels that it is too much or very hard to remember, you can always recreate another postal code. Generate. Okay, this is much more shorter. But every postal code generated with CB at the front right here. With CB at the front right here, you know that it is a Cambridge postal code. Yeah, so you can use a Cambridge postal code when you are not in Cambridge. Your VPN is not connected to Cambridge. So that's for that. Then that's not the only thing you'll be doing here. You also be getting an address. So when you are done copying this, okay, yeah, let me copy it. Okay, yeah, when you click on copy, when you are done copying it, you come over to this create a matching address. Now then create a matching address. Then this is your address that is linked to. Now this is the address linked to create a matching address. This is the address that is linked to the postal code that you have here. That's for that. Then you go back to going back to your profile. Then you copy your address, postal code, and place it here. Then copy your address and place it right here. Okay, then your city, your city. For those of you who connected, what's name, who don't know it, or are like getting a VPN for the very first time, this is how you get your city. So when you are connected to your VPN, you have to come here and search for what is my IP address. Then this is the website. Actually, all you have to do is click. All you have to do is click here, right here. Click right here. As you can see, this will give you the full details of your IP address. Okay, show full IP address. Close. Okay, as you can see right here, you click on show. You show complete IP address, and this will show you your complete IP address. You can see I'm not connected to a VPN, so my IP address is actually showing Nigeria, MTN Nigeria Communication, country Nigeria, state Ondo, city Akure. As you guys can see right here. So that's for that. So if you are connected, when you are connected to your VPN, then you come over to this place right here and check this setting. This is where you get your city, your country, and your state or region. Then after getting that, what we have to, let's go over to our profile. Okay, that means we've gotten our city, our region, and our country. Also, when it comes to the county, that's one you need to ask an AI, or yeah, you need to ask AI. So you ask your, let's say you'll be asking if you're using ChatGPT or WhatsApp AI, but it's advisable to use WhatsApp AI. Just answering what is the county associated with this postal code. Put the postal code, then put the city, Liverpool. Okay, so county is different from country, please. County county is different from from country. Oh, county is different from country. The difference is the arrow there. They are two different things. Then yeah, your ethnic group. They will be not, sometimes they do not say your ethnic group. They will be asking you what are you most frequent with, or what's your language. Sometimes they do ask what's your ethnic group. So you choose English. Sometimes they'll ask you what language you speak more all the time. So I think that's a general question, and it is a qualification question. It is a qualification question and not a survey question most times. So most times they will answer you, so that's why they know that you qualify for the survey or not. So it's advisable all the time you put English at all time. English at all time. Qualification questions are different from survey questions, so we need to still know that our qualification questions are different from survey questions. Qualification questions are what design these are questions that qualify you for the survey. So these questions are what defines whether you take the survey or not. So if you're not qualified, like if they are, because surveys are always looking for a targeted audience. So I can't create a survey now and let a 10 years old boy be answering my survey. So you get my point now. Imagine I'm a company, I create a survey now. Okay, I create a survey on how technology has affected the youth in the 21st century. Now imagine I created a survey like that. I'll put my targeted audience. So my targeted audience will be people from least 25 to 18. You get my point. So those will be, so someone that is 17 years old can't be able to can't be able to participate in that survey. So that's what qualification questions are for. So qualification question will check whether you are qualified. So if your qualification question, they will actually ask you what is your age, your postal code, your country, English. See, that so under qualification question they do ask this. Sometimes at the beginning of survey question they also ask these questions, and at the ending of survey question, those two things. They always ask the question at the beginning of survey question and at the ending. The reason why they do ask is because they want to know whether you are consistent. And another thing about survey is consistency. So you need to be consistent with your answer. So not that you answer A, yeah. That's why a profile is always that's why you always need a profile. So at this profile, so if you answer something, you go, if you ask the question, you go to your profile, from pick the answer from your profile. In case you are asked again next time, you won't forget it. So you all go back to your profile and look for that the same answer and put it there. So that at the end of the day, at the beginning of the 20-minute survey, let's say they will pay you $1 for 20-minute survey. Then you now go to the survey. You now start the survey. Then they ask you what is your ethnic group? You said English at first. Or what language do you speak frequently? You say English at first. Then maybe at the cost of it, you now see some Spanish writing. Then during the survey and the rest, then or at the end of the survey, or yeah, at the end of the survey, they now ask you what language do you speak frequently. You need to say you need to put another language. You need to put Spanish, Latino, or Portuguese or anything. Whether you've gotten what's the name to the end of the survey, yes. Whether you've gotten to the end of the survey and you've answered the question for a good 20 minutes, they will disqualify you because they need people that are consistent and they are truthful. So what if you answer A at the beginning of the survey or during qualification? You need to still answer A at the ending of the survey. That's just the thing. So you need to be consistent with your answers. So you need to be consistent with your answers. Okay, then coming over to your date of birth. Coming over to your date of birth, sorry. So it is recommended that you use age from 29 age 29 to 36. These are within the age range that you can get surveys. Although if you are using 18, you might not actually get survey because most surveys are, like I said, are looking for targeted audience, mostly family men or that do have kids at home and the rest. That do have that do have kids at home and the rest. So it's advisable that you get your age. So your age right here can be, although it is not compulsory that you use this exact profile that I'm using for this tutorial right now. So your age right here can be 39. Your age right here can be what's the name? Your age right here can be 32, 31, 30, 29, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 34. Yeah, 36. Let's say the maximum should be 36. The maximum should be, then the lowest should be 39. That's it. I think that's it. So the lowest should be 29. Sorry, the lowest should be 29, and the highest should be 36. Okay, then. Okay, then the next one. What is your next question right here is occupation status. Now, this question is always frequently asked in all survey. This is the question that I have noticed that in all survey that you are taking, this question is always there. It will always be there. All survey that you are taking for qualification purposes, or yeah, you see, it is advisable. No, it's not advisable. It is compulsory that you choose employer full time. Employed full time, that there are part time people that are employed full time. They do work over 30 to 40 hours a week. See, that's what they do work. They do work 9 to 5 job, 30 to 40 hours a week. So it is compulsory that you always choose employed full time. So sometimes they won't ask you how many hours, what's your employment status, or yeah, they won't ask you. Sometimes they will ask you how many hours do you work a week. You see, so that way they will know, that way the amount of hours that you keep, that you give them as a response. We let them know whether you are a part-time worker or a full-time worker. So you work 40 plus hours a week. 40 plus hours a week. That's the minimum. 40 and above is the minimum for a full-time worker. So your occupation will always be employed full-time. Then going over to the next, going over to the next. Are you a decision? Are you the yeah? Sometimes I did place it as decision maker right here, but the question normally comes with, are you the decisional owner in your household? Or yeah, I think that's how the question do come. Or if the question will be like, uh who makes the decision when coming to buy? Look, let's say they're answering you about a fruit juice named cedar apple. Now they will ask you, who influence decision when it comes to buying fruit so cedar, or they'll ask you who influence decision when it comes to grocery shopping. So it should always be you. So then they will answer that, yeah. Sometimes, or they will answer that, are you the decision maker in your household? Or do you influence decision making? Then you say, sometimes they'll say yes, you say yes, or you say I'm a part influencer. And that's the option that you see there. But your answer should always be you. You are the only decision maker in your household. you are the head. So whether you're using a female profile or a male profile, the answer should always be you. Who buy grocery from the market, it should still be you. So there are sometimes they will ask you that who buys groceries or who buys things from the supermarket. The answer should be you. Okay, that's way it will help you to qualify for the survey. Or sometimes they will answer into the survey when you're already inside the survey, you're already answering question from the survey. So then your occupation right here, like I said, for those that attended the class we did yesterday, I gave you a list of different occupations there is that has a high rate of survey. Yeah. So occupation, you can choose IT, you can choose education, you can choose, yeah, I think you can choose engineer, you can choose engineer, and you can also choose construction. Now you can also choose construction. There are other jobs that you can choose that you get survey on, but there's this job that is actually a red flag actually. Okay, you can choose accountant. Yes, you can choose accountant, but please don't choose, what's the name, don't choose market research. Don't choose market research. Now this surveys platform, they have what they do call do not disclose policy. Now they have what they do call do not disclose policy. Do not disclose policy means whereby they will ask you they will tell you that the question that they will be asking you, sometimes they do ask questions about the product they have not yet produced, but they just want to see how the customer will react to it. So when you fit into their category of people that qualify for that exam survey, they will ask you about some product that they've not produced or they are planning to produce, and how you will react to it, whether you will buy it when the thing comes out or whether you will not buy it, whether you like the design. Yeah, that's how it is. So they will ask you questions as about it, and when they ask you questions about it, they will also ask you there is funny question that always come out when it comes to this kinds of survey, or when it comes to this kind of survey that I'm explaining right now. There is funny question that, let me see whether I still have a question. Okay, let me see. Okay, three. I don't think I have it right here. Okay, I don't think I have the question right here. I will send the question for those of you in my community, WhatsApp community. I'll send the question to my WhatsApp community. There is funny question that always comes out. They will ask you, is you or anyone in your household among the following occupation inside the survey? Most times you look for your occupation and choose it, but there are options of market research. So market research, there are people who are researchers. Market researchers are people that do research for companies that want to produce goods and the rest. So they are afraid of, if you are a market researcher, you can't answer their survey because they are afraid that you will disclose their, let's say, their what's name, their data. Yeah, that you guys do call data. Though you disclose their data to another company, because market researchers, they are people that gather information about certain kinds of goods in the market. Yes, and they sell it out. So that's just like that one. So all these big companies, they contact market research, they will do research on the market, on certain goods and the rest, and they will sell it out to that company as data. So they are afraid that you sell their data out. So that's why most of the time market researchers do not qualify for survey. So it's advisable you do not choose market research. But most recommendable occupation I'll be recommending is actually IT, IT, I think engineering, construction, and education. Now coming over to date of son. Now they will ask you whether do you have a kid. Coming over to the next. Okay, I was not intending for this to be very very long. Coming over, they will ask you sons. They will ask you, do you have children under the age of 18? You say yes. You will actually say yes. So they'll ask you what's the son's age. You can say your son is age 4. You can also say so, but let's just say you can put 4, you can put 5, but or you can put, okay, let me just adjust this. Okay, let's say you can put 8 right here, then put 13, and then you can put 12 right here. See, or you can put 13 right here. Then, or you can increase this to, let's try the age will not be, let's say you can increase to 10. Okay, I think that will be good. Then it's important that you have the exact date. You write down the exact date your son or your child was given birth to. So but you do not, but note this, you do not have any child that is above 18. Your children are all below 18. Either you have one kid or you have two kids, but they are all below 18. Nah, the date of wife date of birth. I don't think this is necessary. Your spouse date of birth, because I've not seen question that asks in particular details of your spouse. Also, except they have a survey that you need to qualify for, that a specific survey that will be asking for this. But this is also important. So master educational degree. Now this is also important. Another important this thing now, because like I said earlier, they won't be they are looking for a targeted audience. So they won't just create any survey and just say that they want any person to come out. They needed, maybe they'll be needing someone from someone that have finished degree. I've seen the question that they told me that they are looking for people, someone that have finished that have graduated from university and I had a bachelor degree, so I qualified for the survey. So sometimes they'll be needing people that have a PhD to master degree, or sometimes they'll be needing people that at least went to school. Hence, that's just how the thing is. So it's always advisable that you choose the highest, which is master's degree. You have a master's degree. Then when it comes to ethnicity, okay. When it comes to ethnicity, you choose black or African British. Yeah, that's your black or African. Is also there. Job title. It is in your job title you always choose C executive, because sometimes you see executive, CEOs and the rest. Then you also see director, and another option will be there when they show director and other things. So when you're using education as in your survey profile as your job title, as your job in your occupation, if you're using education and not IT or any other, or construction or engineering, if you're using education, please make sure you are choosing, if you're using education though, make sure you are choosing director or senior director. But if you're using any other job, whether IT or any other job or accounting, you can choose C title, C executive or CEO, or yeah, CEO or C executive. The annual household income, annual household income. So for your annual household income, like I said, like you don't need to be too rich or too poor. You don't need to tell them that you are too rich, or you don't need to tell them that you are too poor. So you're always supposed to stay in the middle. So it's advisable that your annual job title should be a bit from 150,000 to 200,000. Yeah, from 150,000. Now there's a difference between annual household income before tax and after tax. So most times they do ask what is your annual household income before tax and what is your annual household income before tax. So please make sure to differentiate it. So let's say before tax you might add a little amount to it. If you are using 150,000 pounds as your annual household income, so if you are using it as your annual household income, then you, let's say, you will now have to split, you now have to add a little to it. Let's say if you're using 150,000, let's say before tax, you now have 180,000 this thing. So the 30,000 that is on top, $30,000 that is on top is for your tax for a year. Then the 150,000 that is not the one that you are not paying after tax. That's the one you're not earning after tax. So when they deduct tax, you'll be earning over 150,000 pounds. But when they have not deducted your tax, that's before tax, you'll be earning over 180,000 naira. You see, that's how you keep it balanced. Then your personal monthly income. Now this is what you do. Then the exact amount that you choose when it comes to your personal income, the exact amount that you choose in your, yeah, sorry, I think I have skipped one. The exact amount that you choose right here, the exact amount that you choose right here in this your household income, you split it, yeah, you split it into, no, sorry, you won't split it actually. So this is what happens. Remember, you are always the highest income earner in your family. Whether you are a male or a female, you are always the highest. I mean, you earn the highest in your household. So that's always compulsory. You earn the highest in your household. So sometimes they will ask you what is your personal income, personal annual income, or personal income yearly. Which is this question right here. So as you can see right here, for this profile it was over what's name, the total household income was over 100,000. So but inside your total household income, your own income, your own personal income that you earn, not your household though, is over 80,000 naira. So you see, so you are the highest earner income in your household. Then maybe the rest people, whether your wife or your husband is earning over 20,000 pounds, you are the highest earner in your household. So you see, that's the main thing. You are the highest earner in your household. So if you are using 150, maybe your this will be over 100,000. Your personal income will be over 100,000. Then this is how you now get your personal monthly income. That money now you now divide it by 12 months. that money, any money that you are using in your profile as your personal income yearly, you divide it by 12. Then the amount that it gives you, that's the amount you put here. That's as your personal income monthly, so that it will all follow up in the calculation. Okay, then coming over to organization employees, it's all location. So sometimes they will, yeah, most times they will ask you, after they ask you what job, they will ask you how many people work in your company, in all locations. So they are imagining that normally that you have more than one location, where in the company you are working in, they have more than one location. So it's advisable that you choose 500 to 1000 employees in all locations. That you might have branch in, let's say in Nigeria now, you might have branch in Benin, have branch in Abia State, have branch in Ondo State, different states. Yes, yes. Just like you can have branch in New York, Cambridge in the UK, or yes, England, Scotland, yeah, yes. So they're just like that. So in all location all together, let's you'll be choosing. There's an option where you buy, they will tell you you will have from what's name, 50 to 200, 100 to 500, 500 to 1000, 1000 to 100, 501. So it's always advisable that you choose. It's always available that you choose 500 to 1000 for this 500 to 1000. Then your organization employees should not be below 200. Not if okay, let's say yes, nothing should, it should not be below 200. So your organization employees, when they mean organization employees, that they mean what's the name? They mean that in your own company, the branch you are working in, how many employees are there. So you don't let them know that it is a small company. So it's only advisable that you choose. It is not advisable. It is recommendable that you choose 200 to 500. 200 to 500. It's always recommendable that you choose 200 to 500. Then after that, we will now have position. Look at what I was saying. Position of the chief income earner in your household. That's this question here. So they will now be asking you the chief earner in your household now. What position does he hold in the company where he works? So let's say maybe the chief earner in your household can be a cleaner now. So you get my point. So that's what they are asking, what position. But it's remember that you are a CEO. Like I said earlier, you are a CEO or you are a director. So you are not just a so there's always an option where you see higher managerial, that higher managerial and so other stuff. They will not see command, you now have CEO, director and the rest. So your first option will be higher managerial. That should be your answer, not any other one. That exact this thing should be your answer. These are compulsory answers that you must choose in your survey profile. Then most time they will ask you travel purposes. Now what are the reasons why you travel? So you can always put business and leisure together. So they'll give you an option of business, and leisure. You get my point now? So like I said earlier, company position, you are a CEO. If you are using a profile if you are using a profile whereby your occupation is education, you are not a CEO, you are a director or senior director or a school teacher or human resources. Yeah, or yeah, a secondary school. Now most time you have to just choose. You won't see director, you can just choose teacher or administration staff. Yeah, something like that. But if you are not using education as part of your profile, remember you are a CEO. Then you have company revenue or location. Your company revenue or location should be 500 million. There's always an option for you might be feeling it might be too big, but it is worth it. So let's say it is always advisable for choose not to choose 4 million here. Yeah, it is recommendable that you choose over 100 million and above. 100 million pounds, 100 million pounds and above. So but for this one I'm using over 500 pounds as my company revenue, all locations. So remember, all locations. So there's a difference between all locations and company revenue. So when they mean company revenue, what is your company revenue, they as long as they don't put all locations, they know that it's just for that your exact company. For that your exact company you can put you can put 1 to 5 million pounds, 1 to 5 million pounds, or 5 to 10 million pounds. Then if they are asking for all locations, you can put over 100 million pounds to 500 million pounds. Then your investable assets. So when they mean your investable asset, they mean your credit card, your trading, your stocks and other things. So that's what they mean when they're answering investable assets. Yeah, assets. So it's you need to choose over. You'll be choosing over 500,000 pounds and above. That's the money you have saved or you've invested. Yeah, they do call it investment, but it is mostly savings. Yeah, more constant with it if we are using the word savings. Okay, but it's from 500,000 pounds and above. Then they will ask you. Just like they will ask you what which department do you mainly work in your organization. Now sometimes this is how the question come. They will ask you what department do you have influence over, or which what department do you have do you influence their decision making. So it's advisable that you choose these three departments I have been listing, or it is recommendable that you be choosing these three. First of all, you be choosing human resources, then you're choosing office supply and operation. But if you are using IT, if you are using IT as your job, job description, the three I listed actually for any survey profile you are using, whether engineering, construction, and the rest. You're choosing human resources, you're choosing office supply, you're choosing operation, then you're choosing hardware, IT hardware and IT software. But if you are using IT as your job, IT as your occupation, you are only advised to choose tech software. That's you actually, if there's no tech software, you choose IT software and IT hardware with operations. Those three things are the things that you need to choose. That's all. Then streaming service. Yes, they will always be asking you like streaming service. What streaming service do you use? So you can always select Amazon, Apple. That's YouTube, Disney Plus. These are most popular streaming service in the UK and US. I think that's all when it comes to answering survey, creating your profile for survey. So, but along the way, you'll be having your experience on about it. So let's go back to some tricky questions that they do ask most times in survey. Now these are some of the screen out questions that they do ask when it comes to survey. So most times they will ask you, have you ever finished a 1,000 pieces jigsaw puzzle in under 5 minutes? So like there is no way. You see, in real life, there is no human that have been able to finish over 10,000 pieces jigsaw puzzles. Those small small puzzles that they used to drop a thing that they will scatter, will now have to be arranging it. I don't know if some of you know about it, but there's nobody on earth that have been able to that have been able to finish it over 10,000 pieces. So it is impossible. So all you have to do is click on no, because if you click on unsure or very likely or yes, you will get disqualified. Okay, so the next person, from your memory, do you know the name of every song ever written? Like that means since the first song that they wrote in, let's say I don't know, I think it was 1981, something like that. Since then till now, all the old songs that have ever been written in real life, that you know the name of everything. So it's really really impossible. So you just click on no. You don't need to click I remember them all completely or yes. Your answer should be no. Okay, then you see there's another question where, do you know the word sagref? See, this is what they normally do. They will just bring some words together that does not mean anything. If we were to search for this word, now you see that this word, this sagref, does not exist. The word does not exist. So your answer is should be also be no. That's that. Sometimes they will ask you, they will know sometimes they will ask you for your postal code and the region or city you stay in. After they ask you for it, they will now ask you that do you stay in so and so place. They know you don't stay there, but they will still ask you because they want to just know whether you are being sincere with them or not. I think that's everything about your survey profile. So I'll be doing another video on how to get started on surveys and platforms you need for survey, and also be doing another video on how to set up your VPN, whether your proxy or your Mysterion, and how to check your VPN first score. So also make sure to check that out. Thank you.